Well, hi there. Hey there. Ho there. Hey, everybody. How we doing this Sunday evening? We doing okay? Sunday evening. Who's winning the football game? I hadn't even looked. I didn't know somebody was starting at 3. And I hadn't even looked to see who was winning. I probably should have done that before I came to the screen. Hey, Tanya. Hey, Ward. Probably should have done that before I came to the screen so that I would know already when I got here who was winning. Screen 2. Got to make sure I'm sharing my screens. Hey, Julie. What's up, girlfriend? How we doing, everybody? Everybody. We got some earnings popping up this week. Got some stuff that's set to pop off, as they say. The Patriots are up 10-7. Okay. Okay, let's see. Let's see if they can make it do what it do. I don't have a team at this point. Y'all know me. I'm one who will I won't call myself a bandwagoner, but I will kind of bandwagon some stuff. That's kind of how I'll do. So I might be bandwagoning a little bit. Let me move that so I can be seen. There we go. There we go. There we go. Hey, Val. Good evening. Good evening. Hope everybody had a really good weekend so far. I had an extra day off because I had blown through my teaching materials on Tuesday. So Thursday I didn't have to teach at the university. So I was home Thursday. Then today I was thinking, well, goodness, I need to go back into the university tomorrow. But the weather, oh my goodness. I'm looking at the people's posts on Facebook, and this winter storm that's going to have a lot of people home tomorrow. I won't be one of them because I live in Florida, and our winter storm don't look nothing like the winter storms y'all are dealing with, because it ain't even cold here. Let alone snowy. It ain't even cold. So Ward said, I'm good staying inside. Yeah, that's probably wise. I saw pictures. We have family up in Kentucky and in Ohio, so we see pictures from them. And yeah, it's I'm in Hartford, Connecticut. Oh yeah, it's super snowy. My ex stepdad, it was from Hartford, so it was definitely cold up there. One of my mom's ex-husbands. My mom had several. Some people, I used to joke, say some people couldn't get married once. My mama got married like 3 times. Some people couldn't get married one time. But why do I have that on the screen? I'm not sure why I got the earnings up on the screen like that's something of import at this time. Okay, let's go ahead. Let's see what happened last week. Icy weather in Georgia. Yeah, I did see that. Very icy in Georgia. They were telling folks to stay off the roads. Stay off the roads there. Okay, let's go see what happened last week in the market. And then we can look at what's potentially going to be happening this week. Look at the daily charts. Well, we can start with the weekly first, and let's go down from there. Let me get us a little bit of, I'm not sure why I was sitting there with the earnings screen up like that was the most important thing happening. We'll, of course, go back to that earnings screen, but not right now. We don't need that first. Okay, so this is SPX from last week. Trade like A said, go Pat, says we're looking for puts this week. I don't think we're looking for puts this week. Or unless you're talking about put credit spreads. We might be looking for put credit spreads. I don't think you're looking for puts this week, in my opinion. I don't think you are. It's an opinion. I don't give investment advice, but I'm saying I don't think we're doing puts just yet. So this was last week. We've got a big green candle. Basically, what happened last week is the price opened down here. It opened down at 68.65. It dipped and went down as low as 67.89. We got tariff information last week. Greenland and tariff and all this stuff was what happened Monday, Tuesday, because we had the holiday was last Monday. So the price dropped, went way down into the 6700s, barely stayed down there just a hot minute. What did I say? 67.89, stayed down in there just a minute and then recovered and ran all the way back up. Basically went to the high of 69.34.75 and then pulled back and closed at 69.15. Okay, this is what you would call a failed to down. Failed to down. Now Powell could, Powell, however, whatever they say, which is, I feel like, has been priced in already. What is to come has already been priced in. Is that Powell could make it the same unless something changes. True. I feel like whatever is coming from FOMC has probably already, the people who need to know already know, and it's already priced in. I wouldn't be shocked if we hold the line, if we don't, if they don't reduce rates, if they just hold steady, and it'll be what it is. The market really kind of seems to take these things in stride, basically, but we'll see what happens because that's happening on Wednesday, I believe. But based on what we see here, a failed two down is a bullish sentiment according to the strat. All right, so this opened, it dropped, it pulled back up. All this is buying these big old wick. There were sellers that came here. They couldn't hold it down. The buyers stepped back in, pushed it back up. It's not really hammer-ish. It's kind of closed in the upper half of the candle, but it could open inside. It could also open inside here and just dance around inside of here. So it could be some down from where we are, 39.15. Could it open going down? I mean, yeah, you got down to 37.89. I mean, 67.89. It could go back down, but if it opens inside weak, you basically again trade what we see. Trade like, and they said, I assume premiums would increase when selling SPX credit spreads. Well, premiums are higher. Yeah, you do make more because credit spreads are 5 spread. We're going to definitely, if we have higher IV and higher volatility, you also get higher premiums because we're sellers. We are sellers. Okay, so this is what happened last week on the daily charts, right? So we had a gap down here, and I thought that gap was marked, and I might have had it marked and then took it back off. Oh, it should have stayed a little bit though. So price did gap down from last Friday to Tuesday. We had a gap down open. That's what this big pink is. And then price, dipped, like I said, recovered. It left a gap behind down here at the 67.98, 67.97, 68.05. That area left a gap behind that didn't get closed with Wednesday's price action. We can bring some of this up because as Wednesday, Thursday moved, we still had some this got filled, some of this got filled, but a little bit. See that little pink here? This little pink area here is still unfilled gap. So from 69.34 up to 69.39 is still a gap. It has not been filled yet. And this area here in the middle is also a gap that, let me see. Yep, that's about it. In between Wednesday and Thursday, there was a gap that was created. Part of Thursday and Friday's price action filled it, but it still left some room here between 68.75 and 68.93. So there's a few gaps along the way where price is right now. There's a little bit of a gap above it, a little bit of a gap below it, and SPX likes to clean up. So how it fills the gap, we'll see. But you see there are 3 gaps now in close enough proximity that SPX can go grab them all sometime this week. As usual, we don't speculate. I don't speculate. I just tell you what we see, and we trade what we see each particular day. So Friday was an inside day, which basically is like an indecision. And it's inside of the previous day, so it's kind of stayed in a range. Thursday and Friday both kind of stayed in a range. And now we've got to see what happens next. According to what I see, there is more bullish sentiment on the week, but we'll see what happens. Right? SPX has that sentiment. SPY looks very similar. As you see here, SPY looks just like SPX looked. And of course, they're comprised of the same thing. So there is no shock there that they look alike, though. There's no shock that they look alike. There's a gap there. that needs to be filled. There's a gap that's from here to here. This is 691 and some change up to 691 and some change. 691.13 up to 691.66. That's a gap that still needs filling. And there's a gap down here on SPY that also will need filling from 677 and some change to 678 area, that low area of 678. Okay, so these are gaps just like on SPX. They've got some gaps. Hey Janae, is it snowing up there where you are? Triple Q should look very similar. No shock there. The gap on SP on Triple Q though did get filled. That gap is not, that gap we're looking at up here is not on Triple Q. It doesn't have that gap, but there is one from 616.28 up to 617.78, and the one down here at the bottom that is showing up on SPY and Triple Q, SPY and SPX is also filled here, and the one at the top is filled. So there's no gap, there's no top, and there's no upper and lower gap around Triple Q. All it has is the one I just mentioned in the middle. Okay, I think this was a gap, and if so, it's filled. So I'm going to delete that one on Triple Q. Triple Q also ended the week just like SPY. It also ended the week on as a failed 2 down, which in itself is a little bit of bullish sentiment. It has a upper here. I'm not sure what that gap came from, but maybe up here. There's a little bit of room up here going to 630. And it looks like there may be a gap back here. Let me go back so I can make sure I'm not missing the gap that's back here that was marked. Back in, well, where are you? Where are you? I say, yes, there's a gap back here from November the 3rd. That looks like it is yet to be filled. The last time Triple Q was up in this area, it left a little bit of a gap between 630.12 and 632.07 looks like. Let me make sure I'm extending it all the way across. So that way we'll know that it stayed. It goes all the way across here. So there is, let me change the color of this so I'll know that that's what that is when I come back to it. Okay, so there is a little bit of a gap up here. 630. This is Triple Q I'm looking at, yes, up to 631.97. There is a gap there. And now that I'm here, now that I'm looking across, let's look. There is one further down here, changing the color so that I have that too. But I didn't mean to do all this charting on this here YouTube call, but here we are. Okay, this gap here was filled in. Alrighty, so that's what Triple Q looks like. Got a little bit of a bullish sentiment there, going up a little bit. It's gonna bump here. We'll see what happens. I think I was looking to see broadening formation. It kind of went outside of there. But when you have these broadening formations, and you basically have this to here, and you've got this to here, that bumped out of there and came back in. Basically, it's going to try to go back to the top of that formation. Do you think SPY and Triple Q have the same premiums? They're close. They're not the same. SPY is a little bit cheaper than Triple Q. They're not made up of the exact same things. They just have a lot of the same things in common. Triple Q is a little more expensive than SPY. A little more expensive. But I like the price action on Triple Q too. SPY price action to me can be a lot sometimes. So let's go to IWM. Of course, my favorite of these three is IWM. I like IWM the best. I like it the best. Small caps, because it's not, no stock really moves IWM. IWM moves of its own volition. Like, nope, I will move how I want to move. That's how IWM does it. Small cap. So it's not based on one particular stock. It's moving how it's moving. Premiums are great. It's got good price action for each day. You can literally trade it every day, up and down if you so choose, because it gives you enough movement to make money every day off IWM, and the premiums are really good. Okay, so this is IWM on the week. A failed, well, that's not really a failed two up, but it's looking kind of close. This is says bullish continuation. This kind of is giving shooter, but not quite. It is a two up, but it closed below the top of the other. So this is kind of giving a bearish turn because there's a lot of wick up here at the top, but it kind of remains to be seen. This is really like a nice little sell zone, if you really want to call it that, but it's gone up as high as 271 and some change. It wasn't able to maintain itself up here. So that's what I see on the weekly chart. It's again, not quite a failed two up, but real close to a failed two up. If we look at the daily on IWM, y'all see that formation? Get information. IWM got information, because leg in, base, leg out, for those who use that terminology. There it is. There is a gap that's hiding in here. Yep, there's a gap from 269.06 up to 269.77. Basically ran up, couldn't go up there and stay. Doji, kind of shooterish doji, and then return back, and it fell hard on Friday. Definitely two down. Got a gap down here from 260.260 up to 262.90. Small gap, but there's some room here. Okay, definitely should give IWM a chance. It's got a lot of opportunity there. I see a lot of opportunity on IWM, especially if you're going to trade it day by day. And if you're trading it as a buyer, of course, I'm a seller, but I do see opportunity for it as a buyer or a seller. Okay, do some back testing. Don't go out there blind, but IWM, I believe, will give you what you're looking for. We got what you're looking for. Yeah. That's an old TikTok video. It's been a while since that one was popular. Alrighty, so that's IWM. Feeling like that's going to maybe do a little bit of a turn back, but we will see. What happens there. Support at 261.14. There's something even in here in the 264 area. So yeah, that's those. Okay, so that's what happened last week, and I've kind of talked about what I think will potentially happen next week. Okay, let's go through some stuff. Earnings coming up this coming week, right? We got some earnings. A lot's happening this week. We are in earnings season again. Okay. Steel Dynamics Monday before market. Ryanair, Baker Hughes, Bank of Marin, Bank of Hawaii, Lake City Bank, and HBT Financial, all Monday morning before the market opens. Monday afternoon after close is AGNC, Brown & Brown Insurance, Nucor, Crane, Sanmina, WAL, I'm not sure who that is, Agilicis, Graco, the people who make, is that the people who make baby products? Is that Graco? Berkeley and South Plains Financial, all Monday after close. Tuesday morning, United Health Group, UNH, probably anticipated. UNH is traded pretty steady. Boeing has been on a tear. If anybody's watched Boeing has been moving. IWM is not cash settled. No, you cannot do the PDT hack on it. Okay. Yeah, it's been a while since I did that one. IWM is not cash settled. You cannot do the PDT hack. No, when you're trading IWM, you're going to need to open and close, which means you're going to either use a day trade or you're going to let it expire worthless. Let it expire on its own. So it's not cash settled. No PDT hack, not cash settled. That's one of the reasons why I started doing it as a 1 DTE, so we could avoid that whole, open and close. That's one of the reasons why I was doing it that way. So there's that. Okay. Boeing, UPS, General Motors, RTX, Synchrony, which is a bank, American Airlines, Northrop Grumman, Gov't, and Kimberly-Clark are all Tuesday morning. Tuesday after close, Seagate, Texas Instruments, PPG. That's not Procter and Gamble, right? Is it? Yeah, Procter and Gamble. And Next Tracker, Five Below, PCA, Innova, Logitech, Stride, and Renaissance Bank is all Tuesday after close. Wednesday, ASML in the morning. GE Vernova is Wednesday morning. AT&T, Amphenol, Corning, General Dynamics, Progressive, VF Corporation, Starbucks, and ADP are all Wednesday morning. Now here come the big boys. Wednesday after close, Microsoft, Meta, Tesla, all three. Wamp. Yep. Microsoft, Meta, and Tesla are Wednesday after close. Lam Research, ServiceNow, Celestica, IBM, Waste Management, Sands, and Lending Club. Thursday morning, we got MasterCard, Caterpillar, Nokia, the Blackstone Group, Royal Caribbean, NASDAQ, Parker, Altria, Lockheed Martin, and 1-800-Flowers. Then on Thursday after close, we got Apple, SanDisk, Visa, Western Digital, Deckers, SAP, LPL, Res Medical, Newtek One, and Eastman. I guess that's the Kodak people who are no longer Kodak people. And then Friday morning, we got my darling SoFi. Y'all still trading SoFi? If you're still trading SoFi, put it in the chat. SoFi. I won't sing my song, but SoFi is trading Friday morning. American Express, Verizon, CN, Charter, Chevron, Exxon, Lyondale, Basel, Autoliv, and Air Products. Yep. Boeing, curious about Waste Management, Visa, but Mama will be happening this week. Of the MAMA, what is MAMA? Will be happening this. Is that Meta and Microsoft? Is that what MAMA is? And the black sheep, Tesla. SoFi is there. Yep. Good old SoFi has earnings on Friday. Merton. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. They got earnings this coming week. So SoFi is coming up. Yeah. We still own some SoFi. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Let's see. What is SoFi trading at? It's in the 20s. 25.85 SoFi is right now. Oh, quit making lines. Don't do that. Putting on stuff I don't want. There we go. 25.85 is where SoFi is right now. Failed 2 up, which was a push back down. It's got some support here. This was a failed 2 up. Support at 25.50 in this same area. We'll see if it can get a little movement. Oh, but it's a failed 2 down on the week. So perhaps it'll get back moving. Failed 2 down on the week. All right. That is SoFi. Let's go see what else is happening this week. The VIX 1609. This is really from Friday. That's not an updated piece of information. Okay. So big tech earnings this week. We already talked about that. The Fed meeting is happening on Wednesday. Busiest week. Oh my goodness. Just so many things. Government shutdown potential this coming Friday. Right? We've got, what is it? Apple, some of the Mag 7s are starting to have expirations Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. That starts tomorrow. Wall Street expects profit growth to power markets in 2026. There's a lot happening here. The Davos verdict, AI's power bottleneck will keep build outs booming. Merck is no longer in talks to buy Revolution Medicines. I didn't know they were in talks, but okay. Saudi developers jump as kingdom moves to open property market. Saudi Arabia got too many controls. You can't do nothing in the kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Okay. I am not going to talk about the person who was unalived at the hands of ICE. Another person, because really, this is what we're doing. Texas deep freeze shutters some energy consuming industry sites. Okay. Passing on. I do not want to get into that. Going on to the calendar. Monday, we've got core durable goods orders and durable goods. This is Monday morning at 8:30. Tuesday, we've got ADP's weekly employment changes coming out. Trump is going to speak Tuesday. Sometime it says it's tentative. At least it's on here as tentative, because before they leave it off completely and we're like, he just jumps on the calendar. Tuesday morning, we got HPI, Housing Price Index, CB Consumer Confidence at 10. On Wednesday, though, ding, 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 ding. Wednesday at 2 o'clock, FOMC statement. I was just talking about this. Last time it ended up kind of being a nothing burger, but that doesn't mean it will be a nothing burger this time. Okay, every time it happens, you need to prepare for it to be something. If nothing else, it keeps premiums up, right? Premiums are juiced up. So if you're buying, you're going to have to spend more money in order to make more money, basically. And if you're selling, our premiums, it's good when you enter, but the premiums don't dwindle down. So if you're in something and we're waiting for it to draw down so we can get out, generally premiums don't draw down like we're used to. So on Wednesday, as I say, and I will say again come Wednesday morning, for us to wait really till after we get our statement, and then let's ride the wave into the close. But everybody, you do what suits your life. Let's do what suits our life, okay? Thursday morning, we got unemployment claims at 8:30. Trade balance here, factory orders, wholesale inventories. Friday, we got PPI. So early only, I say only, we got 3 red folders, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. FOMC Wednesday, unemployment Thursday, PPI on Friday. Those are the 3 things we got coming. Monday and Tuesday, I dare to say, are going to be quiet days, but again, I dare to say, because anytime we see something, we were like, oh yeah, it's gonna be a quiet day. You get in the market and it runs for the moon, and you're like, okay, well, there goes the quiet day. All righty, but this is what's coming up next week. Lots of earnings. Got some red folders Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Again, as we always do, what we trade what we see. We trade what we see. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. All right. So I put out every day, almost every day. Only one day this week I did not put out a trade of the day video, and that's because that particular day I had a headache. So I didn't create a video because I didn't have the brain power. It might have been Wednesday. I didn't have the mind to do it because my head was hurting. It was thumping. And then I was like, do I get an aspirin or do I just, deal with it? And I chose to just deal with it because I realized what the problem was. And this is a warning to the people who are on the call. Okay. The warning is this: you got to drink your water and mind your business. Because one of the things for me that I realize is my head will start to hurt if I get into a dehydrated state. That's my body telling me you have not had enough water. So I knew that the problem was I had not had enough water. So it didn't do me any good to necessarily take an aspirin, when really what I needed to do was drink some water, a lot of water. So once I really started to bring my water level up, my headache went away. So I knew that that's what it was. When I thought back to say, did you have any water today and yesterday? I had coffee on those days, but I had not had water. Much water. I had a little, but not enough. And my body was like, sister girlfriend, I'm not sure what you're doing, but it needs to include water. Whatever it is you're doing, it needs to include water. Okay. So trade of the day is what I do. Y'all go to the channel, watch the videos each day, see what I talk about. I do talk about things like, what did we see in the price action? What did we use? My titles match what really happens in the video. Using your PDT hack. What if you needed to get in or out? How do you trade the roller coaster ride? These are, I'm doing these. Again, y'all don't watch the videos, I'm gonna stop doing them. So y'all come on, you make sure that you're watching the videos, so I will keep doing them. All right. That's my encouragement to continue, is y'all watching them. All right. We still have the membership. Oh, copy trading. Copy trading made money last week. Woo woo. Copy trading made money last week too. Copy trading still out there, still making our coins. Why is E2T University getting mentioned at the bottom? Because it has not started. Not sure why that banner is even running, because we are definitely not we're not doing E2T University. We are doing copy trading though. And if you want to come join us, you can, join us with copy trading over there. Every week. The people is chilling. Okay. The people are chilling, and I'm the one who's trading. I'm trading, they chilling. I'm trading, they chilling. I place a trade, and they are just, very passive income for them. Talk about, this is probably one of the places where passive income. You said you was wondering why you ain't say something, because E2T University is not running. Where passive income, this really is the epitome of passive income. You just connect your money and watch. Even though I have found out something. Y'all know what I found out? That even though people are copying and they really is passive income, they still want to be actively involved in it. Which on one hand is good. People, your money is there. You want to be watching. But I find that people not only want to be watching, but they want to have input. Input's okay. As long as your input is proper and appropriate, input's okay. Hey, Deborah. It's okay. It's okay. As long as it's proper and appropriate input. But sometimes the input don't be appropriate. I'm like, you're doing nothing. You're doing nothing. Just sit back and enjoy whatever proceeds. The proceeds that come, enjoy. Enjoy the proceeds. Yes. Enjoy the proceeds. And what you can do, I think somebody in the chat, one of the time when the chat was open and available for them to put comments there, because I've since closed it where people can't comment. But when they could comment, somebody was like, if you got something to say a prayer for her. I was like, there we go. If you got something you want to add from the sidelines, add a prayer. You want to say something, say a prayer. You said that peanut gallery be gallerying. Yes, the peanut gallery is gallerying. Yep, say a prayer. If you want to offer some input, lift up a prayer to the Father and say, Lord, make sure her mind is clear, and make sure she can and help these stuff to lift and do whatever it is you want to say. Just make, Lord, help our trades to be successful. Say a prayer. Say a prayer. Yes. Say a prayer. That's what we do. All right, everybody. I think I've covered what I wanted to cover. I talked about what's coming next week. I talked about what earnings is coming and meetings is coming. Yep, I talked about what we did last week. Membership is still running. We're over here still providing alerts, still growing the folks. We actually have a good session scheduled today for 6 o'clock. We're going to talk about the strat some more, and entering and exiting and doing our stop loss. Our risk management challenge, I think it's going fantastic. Yes, because we're not just sitting around watching our money dwindle. We can get out and we can place more trades. Really, we're using our resources to limit our losses and increase our wins. Yes, I think it is going fantastic. Yes, we're realizing our power even the more, because we were already powerful. We're realizing our power even the more, and we're seeing that cutting it quick gives us more time, energy, and resources to go make our money back if things go against us. So we honing in on that even closer here in about 25 minutes. All right. So I will be back on in the morning on YouTube at 8:30. That's my plan, to be on at 8:30 in the morning, right? YouTube and getting us ready for the start of tomorrow. All righty. If you're going to join us in the membership, you've got, educatortotrader.com. You can go over there. If you're going to join us in copy trading, you can also find the link to get there on educatortotrader.com, or you can use that peakbot.com/educatortotrader to go there as well. Okay. You can get to either one of those. Those are the only two things I do, by the way. If somebody comes in your inbox talking about they doing the Iron Man challenge, or they doing this with AI, or they're doing something with crypto and Forex, that is not me. That is not me. Please do not get taken advantage of by these people. This girl sent me a message the other day talking about, I needed to message you about how to set up my Forex account right. I was like, sis, I said, I sure hope you haven't signed up and sent no money nowhere, because I don't do Forex. And if you thought you was working with me, they got you, because you're not working with me. I don't trade Forex. And I don't trade other people's money. So if somebody telling you send your money here and I'll trade it for you, sis, back out. Dude, you do that Homer Simpson one where you back into the bushes. That ain't me. I'm not doing Forex. I'm not doing crypto. I'm not trading anybody's money. I'm doing copy trading, which is trading my money, by the way. And people are copying because they're connected by way of Peakbot. And I'm doing the membership. Those are the two things I do. I do two things. Anything outside of them two things, it ain't me. I don't even have a Discord. So if somebody's telling you to come to a Discord, that ain't me. If they saying come to WhatsApp and talk to them, that ain't me. That ain't me. All right. All right. Please don't get taken advantage of. Don't fall for it. That ain't me. I'm on Telegram, and I've been on Telegram since we started. I have a school place, SKOOL. I have school, and I have Telegram. I don't have nothing else. I have a Twitter page, but I'm not. No, please don't fall for it. Okay. And if you're not sure, send me a message some other way. Most people can find me through some other avenue. Come check me someplace else, and ask for sure. Okay. Don't get caught. Don't fall for that stuff. That is not me. All right. I do two things. And people are seriously scamming and cloning and becoming somebody else. And y'all don't fall for it. Okay. Be careful. Be careful out here in these streets. All right. Okay, everybody. I'm gonna see y'all in the market in the morning. And for those who are in the membership, I'm gonna see you in Zoom in 20 minutes. All righty. Talk later, everybody. Let's stay green and let's get this money. Bye.